Good morning to all my dear students and welcome you all for our today's new session from your favorite subject Science of grade 3rd. I hope everyone is safe at home and also taking precautions against COVID-19. Now students, today we are going to start with a new topic. But before moving towards a new topic, let's begin with our school assembly. So students, in our school assembly, we'll start firstly with our school prayer. So students, I want you to stand up in your place, join your hands, close your eyes and let's begin with the prayer. हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। तू स्वर की देवी है संगीत तुझसे, तू स्वर की देवी है संगीत तुझसे। हर शब्द तेरा, हर गीत तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा, हर गीत तुझसे। हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे। तेरी शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ, तेरी शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी, मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी। वेदों की भाषा, पुराणों की बानी, वेदों की भाषा, पुराणों की बानी। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने। विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ, विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। तृषित वर्णी कमल पर विराजे, तू श्वेत वर्णी कमल पर विराजे। हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सर पे साजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सर पे साजे। मन से हमारे मिटा के अंधेरे, मन से हमारे मिटा के अंधेरे। हमको उजालों का संसार दे माँ, हमको उजालों का संसार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। So now students, rub your palm, put your palm on your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Let's continue with the school assembly. Today's date is 25th November 2020, and today's day is Wednesday. Today's thought of the day is: failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. I repeat, failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. These words were said by Henry Ford. Now, these words has a very beautiful meaning. As you can see that failure is everyone face in their life, but is an opportunity. How come failure can become an opportunity? So yes, students, failure is an opportunity. That it's a first step towards success. We fail sometime, but at the end we get the success. Same way in your exams also, sometime you get failed result, right? But by accepting that failure as your result, you just not sit quietly. You need to work hard and try to step out the stone that is of failure into a success goal, right? And definitely you get success. So failure is just an opportunity to show you how more intelligent you are. As we say, most people who succeed on their massive level are the people who try everything, and as a result they may often get failed, right? Same way you can say that they succeed and sometimes they fail. In fact, a stepping stone towards success is failure. So you can see the greatest glory is failing, right? So not to discourage, but to learn and grow from them is more important. So have you understood our today's thought? Let's move to a GK question. So our today's GK question is: who is called the Birdman of India? I repeat, who is called the Birdman of India? Let's see the answer for this question. So yes, the answer for this question is Salim Ali. You can see in the picture how Salim Ali is surrounded with different birds, right? We have just seen few birds in a nearby place. But do you know Salim Ali as the Birdman of India? Why? Let's see. Salim Moizuddin Abdul Ali, November 1896 till 20 June 1987, was an Indian ornithologist and naturalist. He was referred as the Birdman of India. Salim Ali was the first Indian to conduct systematic bird surveys across India and wrote several bird books that popularized ornithology in India. So ornithology is nothing but study of birds. So he was called as the Birdman of India. So have you understood our today's GK question? Let's move towards our today's topic. So students, before moving towards our topic, I have one question for you all. So you need to think and let me know the answer for this question. So this is a think question for you all. As Nitin teacher showed him the 4 types of leaves. As you can see in the picture, there are 4 different types of leaves. Yes, right? Now she asked him to find the differences. What she asked him? To find the differences between them. So what differences did Nitin find? Yes students, what are the differences did Nitin find? As you also can see in the picture of these 4 leaves, where you can find all the 4 leaves are different, right? But on what basis it is different? So you can say it is different on the basis of their shape, size and color, right? So Nitin found that the leaves are differed from each other in their shape, size and color. As you can see in the picture, the shape of every leaf is different, size also varies and even the color, right? So this was just a think question for you all. But why we are talking about these leaves? Because our today's topic is all about stems and leaves. So students, our today's topic, that is chapter number 9, deals with stems and leaves. Now in this topic we are going to cover the content. Here let's see the first one, different types of stems and leaves. The second, functions of stems and leaves. And the third one, that is uses of stems and leaves. So these are the 3 points which we are going to cover in this topic in our today's class. So let's begin with the first content, right? So let's see before that one more thing that you need to know. Let's see what you need to know. So yes students, you need to know about the parts of a plant, right? What are those parts? Let's see. So yes, here in the picture you can see the parts of a plant, where on the first, that is the yellow color, that's flower, right? Now flower helps in reproduction. So the function of flower is also helping in reproduction. Whereas leaf performs photosynthesis. So the function of leaf is to perform photosynthesis. One, that is fruit. Now we like to eat fruits, right? But do you know what exactly fruit does? Fruit protects the seed. And the fourth one, that is the stem. The most important part of a plant, that is stem, it supports the plant. Just imagine a plant without a stem. You can't imagine, right? As we human beings have a backbone, right? Same way, the plant also have a stem to support them, right? The last one, that is the root. So what is the function of root? Here is absorbs water and minerals. So we have seen the parts of a plant, it's having the 5 main important part, and that is flower, leaf, fruit, stem, root, right? Now this is also divided into 2 systems, that is the shoot system and root system. So root system basically deals with roots, whereas shoot system deals with flower, leaf, fruit, stem. We understood the parts of a plant which we have already studied. Now let's move further in detail about the different types of stems and leaves. Okay. First thing what we are going to learn is about the stem. Okay. Now the stem is usually seen above the ground, right? As you can see in the last picture also, where the stem is usually above the ground, right? The second one, it's generally green when young, and later it becomes woody and dark brown. So definitely when the plant grows, when it is young, it is green in color, but afterwards it becomes woody and dark brown in color, right? And the third point, that is the stem is different in different types of plants. So yes students, the stem is not same in all the plants, as all the plants are different in their shape, size color. Same way you can say the stem also differ in different types of plant. So let's see the stem which is different in different types of plants. Let's see. Here you can see where the different in the picture you can see the different types of stem. That is the tree trunk, stem with branches, stem without branches, creeper stem of pumpkin, then thorns on a rose stem, hair on the stem of tulsi plant, then the rough stem or a bark, then bamboo stems. These are basically the different stem of a different trees, right? So you can see the stem of a big tree is called the trunk. The stem of a big tree is called the trunk. So what it is called? Trunk. So here in the picture, first picture you can see the tree trunk, whereas the stem of the big tree is trunk. Okay. The second thing, that is stems may be with branches or without branches. So in the second picture you can see the stem with branches, and the third one, that is stem without branches. For example also, like mango trees are having branches, but coconut trees, they don't have branches. So here the two examples are for branches. Stem with branches is mango tree and stem without branches is coconut tree. Okay, now stems are usually erect. So you can say they are straight, right? Because they supports the plant. But in some plants they are crimpy or twisted. So here in the pumpkin plant you can see it's a creeper stem. Okay, so here the stem is not erect, but here the stem is creeper. Okay, or you can see in a twisted form. So here the example for this is crimpy and twisted is pumpkin plant, right? Now the fourth one, that is the stem of a rose plant has thorns on it. What it does has? Thorns. Okay, so thorns is basically spines. Okay, so you can say that the rose is a beautiful plant, right? But it also has a thorns on it. And why does it has a thorns? Because to protect its beautiful flower from others. That's why it's having a thorn on it, right? Whereas in some plants, stems are covered with small hair. So here you can see in the tulsi plant, it is covered with a small hair. You can also see at your home, if you have a tulsi plant at your home, just closely observe it. You will find the small hairs is present on tulsi plant. Okay. Now the next one, that is the stem of a bamboo is smooth. How it is? Smooth. Okay. So while the stem of mango tree is rough. So you can see that bamboo stem is smooth and mango tree stem is rough, right? So what we have understood through this, that there are the difference between the different stem of a different plants. As we have seen that the stem of a big tree is called trunk. Okay, whereas you can see with branches or without branches, we have seen one example each. That is with branches, that is mango tree, and without branches, that is coconut tree, right? Whereas the stems are usually erect, but in pumpkin case you can find it's a creeper one, right? Whereas the rose plant, it has a thorns on it, right? And tulsi plant, it's having a small hairs on it, not a spines on it. Okay, whereas the bamboo has stem is smooth, whereas the mango tree stem is rough. So have you understood these differences between the different types of stems? Let's move further. So yes students, that was just about the different stems, types of stems. Now let's see different types of leaves. So now here you can see leaves are the important parts of plants, right? Because it's just like the stems, where you can see stems give support to the plant, but leaves also has an important function for plants. Let's see, they have a different size, shape and color. So here you can see there are shapes, arrangements and edges. These are the three things where the leaves are divided. Okay, so they are arranged in different ways in different plants. So based on their shape, based on their arrangement and edges, it differs from plants to plant. So let's take a look at some leaves where you can see banana leaves. Banana leaves, right? So banana plant have a big leaf. So here in the picture also you can see the banana leaf, right? It is big in size, okay? Whereas it comes for tulsi, okay? So tulsi plant has a small ones. So you can see here that tulsi is small ones, okay? So leaves of tulsi are small in size, whereas banana leaves are big in size, okay? So these are the two leaves of two different plants, but both having the different in their size, right? Now people tree have heart-shaped leaves. What does the people tree have? It's have a heart-shaped leaf. So you can see here the heart-shaped leaf. Okay, so it's basically it looks like a heart shape. That's why the people tree leaves are basically heart-shaped leaves. Okay, now the lotus leaf, here you can see in the picture, the lotus leaf are basically round ones. So here also in the picture you can see the lotus leaves are round ones. Okay, now some leaves have the toothed edge. So here toothed edges leaves are basically the neem leaves, you can say. Basically it is neem leaves. So here in the picture also you can see the neem leaves. Okay, it's are having a toothed edges. Okay, like you can see the neem leaves are having the toothed edges. Okay, so this way it is having a toothed edges, you can say. Okay, whereas some leaves have a special smell, and that you can say tulsi, right? Because tulsi have a special smell. When you take a leaf of a tulsi and you just try to smell, what a lovely smells comes out from the leaf. Okay, so basically you can say the leaves are in different shape, size and even also in color. Where first we have seen the banana leaves are big in size, right? Whereas the tulsi leaves are very small ones. Where people trees having the heart shaped, right? Whereas the lotus are round shaped. And the neem leaves, you can say it's having a toothed edge, right? Now the last one, that is the tulsi, is having a special smell. So it is small in size and also it's having a special smell, right? So this is basically the difference between the different plant, different leaves. Okay, now here also you can say the shapes, arrangement and edges, where in shape you can say the hand shape. Okay, whereas in the shape you can say the hand shape, then spear shape, then the heart shape, round ones, then needle ones. These are the different types of, you can say, different types of leaves based on their shapes. So basically you can say the shape of every leaf is different, as hand shaped, spear, then heart, round or needle, right? Whereas same way you can see arrangements also. So arrangement is basically how it is arranged in the plant. So you can say it is a simple or in the form of compound, the leaves are arranged in the plant. So simple are basically the single one, whereas the compound you can see that one branch there are many leaves are found, and that is the compound one. Okay, whereas edges, when you touch the leaf you can feel the edges of the plant, that is it is smooth or it is toothed one or it is lobed shape. Okay, so basically the shapes, arrangement, edges of plants are basically based on the types of the leaves, right? So have you understood the types of leaves? So we have dealt with types of stems and types of leaves. But why do plants need stems and leaves? Have you ever thought about it? Why does the plants need stems and leaves? So let's see why it is helpful for plants. So we'll see here about the functions. So first we'll see the function of stems. Okay. Here you can see in the functions of stems the first point, that is the stems allow. So that is the first one you can see, the stems allows the plant to stand in the upright. Which position? The plant stand in a upright position, and it holds up the branches and leaves. So what is the function of the stem? In the first point it tells us that it holds the plants upright and branches and leaves in an upright position. Okay, it holds the leaf in such a way that they get maximum sunlight. So basically it is dealing with the arrangement of leaves, right, where it's arranged in such a way that all the leaves of the plant get maximum sunlight, right? Now the second, that is you can say the second point tells us the stem carries water and nutrients. What does it carry? Water and nutrients. From where does it take? From roots to the leaves. Okay, so it carries water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves, right? Now it also carries food prepared in the leaves. So what does it carry? Food prepared in the leaves to the different parts of the plants. So you can see the second point tells us about that it carries water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves. It also carries food which is prepared in the leaves to the different parts of the plant. So it's doing two functions, right? That carrying water and nutrient from roots and passing to all the parts of the plant, whereas it carries food which is prepared from the leaves to the different parts of the plant. So yes, basically stems are supporting the plant, but the second thing is what it's doing, the transportation work, right? The third one, that is you can see the some stems store food for the plant. So what does it store? Food for the plant, and that's example is here you can say sugar cane. Generally chew the stem of the sugar cane, right? And from that we drink, right? The juice which is released out from the sugarcane stem. So you can see the stem of the sugarcane plant stores food. This is one type of example, right? Now here also the trunk. Basically the big trees are having the big trunks, right? So the trunk helps the tree to stand upright position, right? So from the first picture you can see the trunk helps a tree to stand upright, whereas the second you can see the sugar cane stores food, right, in the stems of the plant. Okay, so here the 3 points, the 3 important functions of the stems are: the first one, the stem allows the plant to stand in the upright and holds up the branches and leaves. It holds the leaves in such a way that get maximum sunlight. Whereas second point tells us that stem carries water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves? It carries food prepared in the leaves to the different parts of the plants. Whereas the third point tells us some stems stores food for the plant, for example, sugarcane. So have you understood about the function of stems? Let's move further about the function of leaves. So yes students, that was about the function of stem. Now the function of leaves. Let's see. Plants need food to live. What exactly they need? Food to live, right? Now leaves make food. Leaves make food for the plant. So what does the work leaves does? So leaves make food for the plant. They also help plant to breathe. So two things you can see the function of leaves as it makes food for the plant and it also helps the plants to breathe, right? So preparation of food and breathing process is done with the help of leaves in the plant, right? Now what is the question is asking here is how do leaves makes food? As we said leaves makes food, right, for the plant. So how does it makes? Let's see. To make food, leaves need sunlight. What does it need? Sunlight. The second thing is water. Okay. Now the third, that is carbon dioxide gas. Right. As we studied in the last class, right, the plants takes carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen, right? So when they take carbon dioxide, they prepare food. So here, through this question, we are learning about how do leaves make their food. Okay. So to make food, leaves need sunlight, water and carbon dioxide gas. Okay. They use this carbon dioxide gas from the air, right? That is released from humans or animals and which is present in the air. Okay. Now water from the roots. The water which is given to the plants, it goes to the roots, right? So water from the roots reaches the leaves through stem. So the stem duty is to carry water and nutrient from the roots, right, to the leaf. Okay. Now through the water which is present in the roots is carried from the stem and it passed to the leaves. Now in the presence of sunlight, the leaves combine water and carbon dioxide. So what does it combine? Water and carbon dioxide to make food. So preparation of food is done with the help of two things, that is two combinations, that is water and carbon dioxide with the help of sunlight, right? And during this, you can see during this process they give out oxygen and that oxygen is taken by us like humans or animals, right? So you can see during this process they give out oxygen. So what exactly it is called? It is called the kitchen of the plant. What it is called? Kitchen of the plant or food factory of the plant. So have you understood this question? How leaves make food. As we said, leaves makes food for the plant and it also helps to breathe, right? So how it makes? With the help of the sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, food, right? And they give out oxygen which is not a waste. It's also required for us to survive, right? So you can see leaves are kitchen of the plant or it's a food factory of the plant. So have you understood the function of leaves? Let's move further. So yes students, we have learnt about the function of stems and leaves. Now let's see how we use stems and leaves in our day-to-day life. As we know, in our day-to-day life, we use these stems and leaves in different forms, in different ways. And let's see how we use this stems and leaves. So here we will see the uses of stems first. Okay. So now some stems are used as food. How it is used as food? So for food, the examples you can take as potato and onion. Okay. Now the sugarcane stem is used to make juice, sugar, jaggery. Okay. So you can say stems which is used as food. You can say here potato or onion. So potato and onion are basically stems. Okay. Now the sugarcane stems is used to make a sugar, juice, jaggeries. So these are the three things which can be made from the sugarcane stem. Okay. The second point tells us it can be helpful in making of furniture. So furniture, like it is hard, so you can say it is helpful to make furniture. So furnitures are basically hard and strong, right? So teak and mahogany are a few examples. So these are the two examples you can say as this two plant is used for making of furniture, right? So furniture plant, for furniture, making of furnitures like your bed or sofa, so many furniture things can be made from the teak and mahogany plant. Okay. So furnitures are basically hard and strong, right? And through this you can say it's just a two example given for it. Okay. Now the third one, that is to make medicines. So what do you can say? The third one, that is medicines. Okay. So stems are basically used to make medicines. So for example, you can take as tulsi, neem. So these are the two important medicines which can be used as the stems for medicine purpose. For medicine purpose, right? The fourth point it's telling us about to make use things like rubber, jute and jute. The milky juice from the stem of the rubber tree is used to make rubber, right? So basically from the rubber tree it will be helpful for making rubber, right? Whereas the stem of jute plant is used to make jute. So we make ropes and bags using jute. Basically instead of plastic bags you should more prefer jute bags. Okay. For going for shopping, for going for any place, you should more prefer jute bags. Okay. So here you can see this all 4 points. So here you can say the whole 4 points are important as the stems are used as food, it is used to make furniture, it is used to make medicine, it is also used to make the useful things like rubber or jute. From the rubber and jute plant there can be made more different useful things. So have you understood this part? Okay, so this is all about the uses of stem. Now let's move further and see the uses of leaves. So yes students, in uses of leaves we can say that some leaves are used as food. So some leaves are used as food, right? So leafy vegetables such as spinach and fenugreek, that is methi, okay, are some example of leafy vegetables, right? The leaves of the tea plants are also used to make tea. So basically from the tea plant you make tea, right? And leafy vegetables like spinach or fenugreek, that is methi, is used as food, right? Now the second one, that is the spices. Now spices in cooking. So you can see the food becomes very tasty when the spices is added to food, right? So spices in cooking, you can say bay leaves, right? And coriander leaves or corianders. You can see these coriander seeds, right? So coriander seeds or bay leaves are basically used as spices in cooking, right? So this is the second food. This is the second use of leaves, that is spices. The third one, that is to make medicine. So it is used to make medicine. So for example, here you can take the leaves of tulsi and neem plants. Why? Because it is used to make medicine. Same way, the stem of tulsi and neem plants are also used for medicine. Same way, the leaves of tulsi and neem plant are also used as medicine. Okay. So to cook and serve food. So for cooking and serving food, for example, turmeric leaf or banana leaf, right? Like in South Indian culture, you can say the banana leaves are used to serve food, right? So here also you can see in the picture where the serving food on a leaf, this is a banana leaf, right? Now the next, that is as decoration. So leaves are also used as decoration during festivals and special occasions. So you can say like mango leaves or so many different types of leaves are used for decoration purpose during festivals and special occasion times. Okay. So here you can say cooking food, leaves are used, that is bay leaves. You can see here the picture also, and you can tell your mother to show how the bay leaves look like. Okay. So here you can see the uses of leaves are basically deals with, as the first point is about uses of leaves is food. Okay. So leafy vegetables such as spinach or fenugreek, that is methi, is used as leafy vegetables to eat, whereas the tea plants we get tea leaves to make as tea, right? Whereas the second one, that is spices. In cooking, that is bay leaves or coriander are basically used as spices in cooking. Whereas to make medicine, the leaves of tulsi and neem is important. Okay. Whereas to cook and serve food, turmeric leaf and banana leaf is required. Whereas its decoration purpose, the you can say during festival and special occasion it is used. So for food, spices, medicines, cook and serve, and decoration, these are the 5 different uses of leaves. So have you understood the 5 different uses of leaves and also the different uses of stems? So this is all about the different uses of leaves and stems. Okay. So yes students, based on this part, that is the uses, the function and different types, will today in our today's class will continue further with the workbook writing part. So before moving towards our workbook writing part, we'll first begin with new words. Okay. So new words you need to write in your notebook, learn and write 3 times. So each word you need to write 3 times in your notebook. Okay. So let's see the first word, that is woody. What is the first word? Woody. So let's see the spelling. W-O-O-D-Y. Woody. Okay. The second one is trunk. What is the second one? Trunk. See the spelling. T-R-U-N-K. Trunk. Okay. The third one, that is branches. What is the third one? Branches. See the spelling. B-R-A-N-C-H-E-S. Branches. Okay. Now the fourth one, that is erect. What is the fourth one? Erect. See the spelling. E-R-E-C-T. Erect. Okay. Fifth one, that is creepy. What is the fifth one? Creepy. C-R-E-E-P-Y. Creepy. Okay. Now sixth one, that is twisted. Okay. See the spelling. T-W-I-S-T-E-D. Twisted. Okay. And the seventh one is thorns. T-H-O-R-N-S. Thorns. Okay. So these are the 7 words. Let's see one by one each word again. The first one is woody, second trunk, third branches, 4 erect, fifth creepy, 6 twisted, 7 thorns. Okay. These are 7 words. Let's see more words in the next slide. So yes, the next one, that is the 8th one, that is compound. C-O-M-P-O-U-N-D. Compound. Okay. So 8th one is compound. C-O-M-P-O-U-N-D. Compound. The 9th one is pure. See the spelling, S-P-E-A-R, spear. Okay. The 10th one, that is toothed, edged. See the spelling, T-O-O-T-H-E-D, toothed, edged, E-D-G-E-D. Okay. So toothed, edged. Okay. 11th one is arrangement. What is the 11th word? Arrangement. See the spelling, A-R-R-A-N-G-E-M-E-N-T, arrangement. Let's see the 12th one, lobed. What is the 12th word? Lobed. See the spelling, L-O-B-E-D, lobed. Okay. Now the 13th one, that is the upright. What is the 13th one? Upright. U-P-R-I-G-H-T, upright. Okay. Now 14th one, that is nutrients. N-U-T-R-I-E-N-T-S, nutrients. Okay. And the 15th one is food factory. What is the 15th one? Food factory. So the spelling of food factory is F-O-O-D, food, F-A-C-T-O-R-Y, food factory. Okay. So these are total 15 new words for you all. Let's see once again from the 8th one, new words. So 8th one is compound, 9 spear, 10 toothed edges, toothed edged, 11th arrangement, 12th lobed, 13 upright, 14 nutrients, 15 food factory. Okay, so these are the 15 new words which you need to write down in your notebook for 3 times. Okay, let's move further with workbook writing part. So yes students, in this workbook writing part, first we will begin with multiple choice questions. Okay, so the first one, that is, which of the following plants has a thorny stem? I repeat, which of the following plants has a thorny stem? So here the options are A, rose, B, lotus, C, spinach, D, coriander. So these are the 4 options, right? Now our question is asking about which plant has a thorny stem. So from this 4 options, which is the correct option? Rose, right? Because rose plant have stem in it, right? That we have studied in the types of stems, right? So rose stems have thorns in it, and that's why you can see it has a thorny stem. So the answer is option A, that is rose. Okay, let's move to next. So our next question is about which of the following statements is correct. So this is our second multiple choice question, that is, which of the following statements is correct. So here the options are option A, tulsi leaves have no smell. Option B, banana leaves are big. Third one, that is, bamboo's stem is not smooth. And the fourth one, that is D, that coconut trees has many branches. So first of all, let's see the first one, that is A1, that is tulsi have no smell. So is it correct? No, because tulsi leaves have smell. Okay. C1, let's see, bamboo stem is not smooth. So it's wrong, because bamboo stems is smooth, that we have studied, right? Now the D1, that is coconut tree has many branches. No, coconut tree has without branches it is, right? So the B option, that is banana leaves are big. So only you can say option B is correct here, whereas rest are incorrect. So you can say banana leaves are big. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, let's move further. So yes students, here fill in the blanks, that is from the workbook page number 6. Okay, so there are bamboos have dash stems. Here the options are also given, that is smooth or rough. Bamboos have smooth or rough? They have smooth stems, right? The fourth one, that is dash leaves have toothed edges. I repeat, dash leaves have toothed edges. So here the options are neem and lotus. These are the two, right? Whereas you can see lotus have round leaves, right? Whereas neem have toothed edges, right? So the correct answer here is neem. Okay. So fill in the blanks. The third one, bamboos have smooth stems, and the fourth one is neem leaves have toothed edges. Okay. So let's move further. So our next is very short answer question from your workbook, page number 6. The fifth question is talking about name a leaf which has a special smell. I repeat, name a leaf which has a special smell. So you need to name a leaf which has a special smell. So you can say as tulsi have a special smell, right? Let's see others also which plant have. So you can say tulsi, neem, mint, coriander and so on. So there are many leaves which is having special smell. But here we have listed only few one, that is tulsi, neem, mint and coriander. And so on, that is there are so many leaves we cannot list here in this question. Okay. So I have listed few ones for you. That is tulsi, neem, mint, coriander. Okay. So let's move to next question. Our question number 6 deals with name a tree with a rough stem. I repeat, name a tree with a rough stem. So here the answer will be for this question mango tree, coconut tree, banyan tree and so on. So you can say mango tree, coconut tree, banyan tree, these trees are having the rough stem. Okay. And there are also many trees which is having a rough stem. But I have listed only 3 tree names and I have listed as so on. So there are so many tree which is having a rough stem. Okay. So here the answer for this question is mango tree, coconut tree, banyan tree. Okay. So have you got it in the 6th question? Let's move to next. Our next question is from short answer question from the workbook, page number 7. Now here you can see the picture of a tree. Now this tree is which tree? Coconut tree, right? Let's see the question based on this picture. That is, what type of stem does a coconut tree have? I repeat, what type of stem does a coconut tree have? And the answer for this question is a coconut tree has a stem without branches. Okay, it is rough to touch. So you can say a coconut tree has a stem without branches and it has a it is rough to touch, right? So the answer for this question is a coconut tree has a stem without branches and it is rough to touch. Okay. So let's move to next question. Match the following from the workbook, page number 7. So here we need to match the following. Okay. So let's start from the first one. That is the 8th one. So 8th here is stem that stores food. Let's see 9th, plant part that makes food. 10th one, plant parts which hold leaves. And 11th one, things leaves need to make food. Okay. So these are the 4 match the followings, right? We need to correctly match each with the pair. Okay. So let's start matching. So the 8th one, that is stem that store food. So you can see here option B, that is sugarcane. So here you can match it with sugarcane. Now the next one, that is the 9th one, plant part that makes food. So here you can say that leaves, right? Basically leaves are the part of the plant which makes food. Okay. Now the 10th one, that is plant parts which hold leaves. Now the holding part. So we have learned that holding holds up the leaves and different parts of the plant, that is none other than stem. Okay, so it's option D, that is plant part which hold leaves. Okay, the 11th one, that is things leaves need to make food, and here the answer you can say that the option C, water, carbon dioxide, sunlight are the three things which leaves need to make food. Okay, so we have correctly matched each pair, right? So the 8th one, that is stem that stores food, is sugarcane. The 9th one, plant part that makes food, is leaves, whereas plant part which holds leaves is stem. And the 11th one, that is things leaves need to make food, that is water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. So these are the three things which leaves need to make food. So have you understood this? Match the following, right? This is from your workbook, page number 7. Let's move further. Short answer questions from the workbook, page number 7. So here the question number 12 is, how does this stem helps the leaves? I repeat, how does this stem helps the leaves? So let's see the answer for this question. So answer for this question is, the stems hold the leaves so that they get maximum sunlight, right? And it carries water and nutrients from roots to leaves. Okay, so the answer here is, the stem helps the leaves, right, by holding it, and they get maximum sunlight. It also carries water and nutrients from the roots to leaves. So have you understood this question number 12, that how stem helps the leaves? Let's move further to question number 13. So our question number 13 is, what do plants need to live and how do leaves helps the plant? So yes, here the question is, what do plants need to live and how do leaves helps the plant? The 12th one was about how stem helps the leaves, right? But here the question is, how do leaves helps the plant? So let's see the answer for this question. The plants need food and air to live, right? So leaves helps plant in preparing their own food and also in breathing part. Okay, so leaves are basically doing two functions, that is breathing and also making food. So plants need food and air to live, right? And leaves helps plants in preparing their own food and in breathing part. Okay, so have you understood this answer for this question? Let's move further. Question number 14 from a long answer question of workbook, page number 8. So here in this question, let's see the question first. Look at the image, fill in the empty spaces to explain how leaves prepare food for the plant. So through the image only we can understand that how leaves of the plant helps to prepare the food, right? So here you can see the sunlight, here you can see the presence of water and the carbon dioxide, right? These are the three things which is used to make the plant food, right, for themselves. So here let's see the answers for this question. Here are the empty spaces which we need to fill accordingly. Okay, so A1, that is the root takes in. So what does the root takes in? It takes in water. What does it takes in? Water. From where does it takes in? Soil. So the answer for the first question is, root takes in water from the soil. Okay, now the B1, that is in the presence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight, leaves combine with carbon dioxide and water. So what leaves do? They combine with carbon dioxide and water to make food. So during this process, they give out oxygen. What they give out? Oxygen. So in the presence of sunlight, leaves combine carbon dioxide and water to make food. Okay, and during this process what they give out? Oxygen. Okay, so the third point, that is, so leaves are called food factory or kitchen of the plant. They are called food factory or kitchen of the plant, right? So have you understood the empty space we have filled here? That the first one is A, that is root takes in water and from the soil. B, in the presence of sunlight, leaves combine carbon dioxide and water to make food, and during this process they give out oxygen. Whereas the C point tells us, so leaves are called the food factories or the kitchen of the plant. Okay. So have you understood this 14th question from your workbook? So this is all about our workbook writing part. Now students, this in our today's class we have dealt with few concepts, right? That is different types of leaves and stems. Then we have seen different functions of stems and leaves, and also we have seen different uses of stems and leaves. I have also given you few examples based on the uses, based on the functions, and based on their types. Okay. So in this class we have dealt with 3 concepts, whereas in the next class we are going to deal with the hot question and also the amazing fact related to this topic. Okay. Now in our next class also we'll do our remaining workbook writing part, because we have done in our today's class from question number 1 to question number 14, and the remaining part will complete in our next class. Okay. So here we have summarized the whole chapter in shortly, that is about the different types. So basically the stems and leaves are the most important part of the plant, right? And they are also having the different functions, then the different uses, which is very important for every human being also, right? And even how we have seen how the leaves makes food for themselves, right? As we have seen that the function of leaf is to breathe and also to make food, whereas the stems are strong enough to protect, to support the plant, right? It also transports, right? Or you can say it carries water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves, and from the leaves it carries food and passes to different parts of the plant, right? So you can say there are many different functions and different uses of different stems and leaves of plant. So you can say that we human beings are basically survive on the basis of plants, right? So students, always try to plant tree, okay, and never cut trees. Okay. Now this is all about our today's class. We'll meet in our next class with the further part of this topic. Okay. So students, till that time, stay at home, stay safe, and fight with coronavirus by following the instructions what we have given you, right? And students, thank you to all of you and have a nice day.